welcome to episode 2 of K2 Fab Garage. Today I'm here at my own shop and I'm going to share with you a special project that I have here. On this channel I'm going to share a lot of updates on this project whenever I get to work on it because I really enjoy it and I think it's an awesome build and I'm excited to share it with you guys. One of the things I'm going to do, I'm just going to kind of walk you through what it is, what I'm doing with it, and then I have a whole stack of parts over there that I ordered a whole year ago and got so busy with monster trucks that I never even got to open. So we're gonna open those up, check everything out, and I'll show you what's going on with this build. Alright, so this is my 1975 K5 Blazer build in its current state. If you're not familiar with the Blazer, this was the body style from 73 to 75, where we had the round headlights, the square fenders, and the full removable hardtop like they had in 70 to 72. So these doors are cut for a convertible top, and all of this gray lifts off. Really. So this was the truck that I wanted in high school. I don't know really what inspired me to pick out this body style specifically, this year, this Blazer even. This is what I wanted, so when I graduated high school I drove out to Redding, California to pick this up, and I'm really excited to continue on this build. So I'm going to get into some more details on this, and I'm going to share a lot of updates with you guys as I build this out because I think it's going to be an awesome Restomod project. So when I picked this Blazer up when I was 18, it sat around the lawn for the longest time. My dad called it the big blue lawn ornament because I never had the time and space to dedicate to finally building it out like I wanted to. So a year ago when I finally got started on it and then got too busy with monster trucks to continue with it, this is how far I got. Obviously I started with taking the front clip off of it, make life easier on me for pulling the drivetrain out. Took the motor, the transfer case out. As you can probably tell, this Blazer originally was 4-wheel drive. So I got this crossmember out of a 1972 C10 and put that in there instead. So I took all of the 4-wheel drive front suspension out. Plug welded all of the holes where the original 4-wheel drive stuff mounted, cut all of the brackets off from the 4-wheel drive stuff, welded those up, ground everything smooth to make this frame look like it was never 4-wheel drive. Then I found some schematics online to set this crossmember in the proper location, so I ran plumb bobs back to the rear end, got everything square with the chassis. It was a whole day process getting this perfectly where it needed to be. One of the things that I found in the process of looking at this Blazer, the history, whatever, was a lot of cracks and some sketchy like plating up in this area of the frame. I ended up finding out that this Blazer was actually stolen at one point of its life and rolled over, so I'm assuming that's when all of this got cracked, and so I took it upon myself to really make sure that got repaired properly. Welded and plated, all that stuff. I may even box this section of the frame just to make sure it's never an issue. More with the front suspension. All of this came with the crossmember, so this is all going away. It's going to get tubular upper and lower control arms, drop spindles. It's going to be on bags. That's why I went to 2-wheel drive. And that's what's actually in those boxes over there, and some other stuff. I don't even really remember what's in them. Like I said, I ordered it almost a year ago. So for the front suspension, that's kind of what's going on there. The rear end I haven't really started yet. So that's what's currently going on. I'm gonna open up these boxes and we're gonna check out what's in them because I really don't even remember. So what I ended up finding, aside from all of this packaging material, the front anti-sway bar with all of the bushings and hardware. We've got lower tubular control arms, upper tubular control arms, the disc brake conversion for the 72 C10. We've got 12-inch rotors slotted. We've got 2.5-inch drop spindles, and this is all assembled. It's a pretty nice kit. Willwood calipers. We've got brake lines in here, both sides. And what I had completely forgotten that I ordered, a rack and pinion kit. So this comes with a steering rack, outer tie rod ends, U-joints, and your steering shaft coupler. So that's a pretty sweet kit as well, all from Performance Online and Western Chassis. So before I can even think about installing this stuff, there's still plenty left to do. I need to get the frame out for paint, starting with getting these old suspension parts off and removing the rear end, which will basically be today's episode. Alright, so I got all of those old suspension parts ripped off this front cross member. Everything came out surprisingly easily, which was extremely nice. I also took some of these new parts and just mocked them up on the cross member, held everything up there, made sure I didn't notice anything was dramatically wrong or off. And all of that looked good, so I'm happy with the cross member placement. So now all that's left in the front is to drill these 3 holes out on each side that will actually mount the cross member. So I can cut these temporary tack welds and grind that down. Then my next task is the rear end, getting the rear end dropped out of here so I can get one step closer to being able to lift this body and tub off and get this frame rolled out for blasting and coating. So next task, drop the rear end. Alright, I got the rear end dropped out of the Blazer and one step closer to being able to lift that tub off and roll the frame out. Once I get the frame out, I'll need to mock up all of my new rear suspension and cut all of the old brackets off. In the rear end, I'm going to go with a Ford 9-inch housing and axles, and I think I'm going to go with like a C10 style truck trailing arm with an airbag or air shock and then a panhard bar. I'll have to C-notch the frame obviously for lowering. I've thrown around the idea of doing a 3 or 4 link, so I'm not entirely decided what I'm going to do, but I need to pick that very soon because I'm getting pretty close to that point. So I'll decide what I'm going to do there so I can get that done and get the frame rolled out for blasting and coating and get it back underneath the truck hopefully before I go back out for monster truck season. So that's about all on the K5 build for this video. The last video was monster trucks. This video is my K5 build. Next week's going to be something entirely different once again. I'll be catching a flight to Ohio for a cool seminar with Lincoln Electric. So I'll share as much of that as I can with you guys and some sightseeing around the Cleveland area. So that's all for this week. Thank you for watching.